Hello, everyone, and in this episode today, is that straight? There you go. Turnkey, good or garbage? Now, I know you all think I'm going to go through a bunch of homes that are turnkey and tell you whether I think it's junk or not, but I'm not going to do that. If that interests you, click on the link below in the description box. There is a link to my email newsletter, and each week I put out an episode called The Good, the Not So Bad, and the Ugly, and that's where I love homes and I maybe not love them so much, but some of the ones that I don't love so much, they may be a great opportunity for you. Who knows? So make sure you subscribe to my channel and make sure you subscribe to my email newsletter list where you will receive that content each week, and that is not discoverable on YouTube. It's a private link, so you will not be able to find it by searching through YouTube, I promise. So let's get to it. Turnkey, is it good or garbage? I don't know. You know what I say.
The furniture is really nice, or it's an episode of The Golden Girls.
Okay, so we're going to talk about turnkey, and I'm going to start off from the buyer's perspective, so it won't get confusing with me jumping back and forth. All right, so definitions: turnkey means, yes, you turn the key and you walk in, but we come to know it as basically if you took the home and turned it upside down and shook it, everything that came out would be included in the purchase of the home. That's turnkey. But there are always caveats, so, and we'll talk about that as we go along. Then you'll also see language that the home comes furnished. Basically means it comes with the furniture. No personal belongings, no forks, spoons, and knives. Then you'll also see partially furnished. That means some of the furniture, so you're definitely going to have a list of items that are included or excluded from the sale of the home. And then turnkey, but some items may be still excluded from the home purchase because, let's, for example, I'm flip this up. So if I were to sell this home turnkey, like you see that? That's a picture of my grandmother when she got married. Now, you're definitely not going to get that. I'm going to straighten this out. That's definitely not going to be included in the sale of this home. That, and whatever artwork not included. So whatever is specifically excluded, you want to make sure that you have that list, so you're not surprised on closing day. You come in, you expect the blender to be on the counter, and the blender is gone. All right. So turnkey from the perspective of a seller. Just make sure that whatever you want to keep, whatever you do not want to be included in the sale of that home, remove it. Remove it from the home, so when your prospective buyers tour the home, there is no confusion. Oh, I thought this was included. No, it's not. I didn't have blah, blah, blah. So it causes a lot of confusion, and you could lose a sale over that. So you don't want to do that. Just make sure any items that you do not want included in the sale of the home are removed before the listing hits the market. All right, so now we've gone over the definitions of what turnkey, what furnished, partially furnished, turnkey with exclusions, and some information for buyer and seller on those. Next up, we're going to talk about why do people sell their home turnkey, because that question comes up often. Why do sellers sell their property turnkey? Well, it could have started out as a rental property. They're probably going to leave everything behind, which is an awesome opportunity for you if you're an investor looking for immediate cash flow. You buy the home and you can start to rent it ASAP. Other reasons why: the owners pass away and the children don't either want to deal with the home, they just want to sell it as quickly as possible, whether it needs updating or not, so they just sell it turnkey with everything in it. And sometimes it might be okay, but again, Sometimes the furniture is just in not that great a shape, so you just have to be careful of what you're buying. Look at it, have your realtor look at it, and ask questions. And then lastly, I don't know how popular it is over the number 2, but number 3, the sellers are moving out of state, and it's just cheaper to leave it behind than it is to pack it up and take it with them. So remember that when you're negotiating, that it's probably easier and cheaper for them to leave it. They're not doing you a favor. You're probably doing them a favor by keeping it. Yes. All right. Next up, we're going to talk about pros and cons. That'll be interesting. But I'm not going away anywhere. I'm just going to switch hands because I got to tell you, I bought a new holder, so it'll go a little bit further away. I think I look like 5 years younger there. So anyway, all right, you purchased a rental property and you want to start rocking and rolling, bringing in some income. You might have been a snowbird, or not. You are a snowbird and you want to start off with something until you can find what you want and purchase as time goes on. What is it, Rock? Rocky wants to be on camera. If you're a full-time resident, it might not work because you are bringing your furniture with you. Sometimes full-time residents will leave their furniture behind wherever they come from, and I have to tell you, in most cases, it's probably less expensive for you to leave your furniture, sell it there, because it either won't work here in Florida, or it's going to cost you a lot of money to move it. So, there you go. So that kind of is the pro and the con, the pros for buyer and seller. For sellers, you don't have to move it. You save money. So here are the cons. The cons are you may be buying the home for more money because the sellers are leaving the furniture. What, baby? Yes. I know you want to be on TV too. Yeah. Okay, we're almost done. So, okay. So you might be paying more for the home. And we're going to talk about that in the end, how to possibly break that out. You don't want to pay more for the home, and if you're financing it, you cannot put turnkey or furniture included on the contract. Banks do not like to loan mortgage money for furniture. So you have to deal with that in a separate addendum. The other con is it's a treasure for the seller, their furniture, but it might be junk. Or it might still be nice furniture, it's just not your style. So in that case, it doesn't help you any to purchase a home turnkey. And we're going to get to this point because I don't really think turnkey homes are the best thing, but that's my opinion. And the home is a little overinflated because the furniture is included. You can have a problem with the appraisal. So I'll give you an example. I had a home that I sold turnkey. We listed it and sold it for $390, but in the contract it was for $370 because that was actually what we were selling the home for, and the furniture was an extra $20. We sold separately and we did not have an appraisal issue there. And on that matter, the seller saved in transfer tax and a little bit of commission dollars, so that was a bonus for the seller. If you're going to purchase a home turnkey, make sure you take photos of everything when you write up the contract. Just before you write up the contract or just right after, make sure you have photographs of everything, and then double check against that when you do your final walkthrough, because you don't want anything to go missing, like these items. Like this blender. You want to make sure if the blender's on the counter when you make the offer, that it is there when you get ready to purchase the home. The same will go for anything, forks, spoons, knives, sheets, anything that when you made the offer for the home should be there when you close on the home. Sellers forget and they say, oh, I really wanted to take that, but they can't. So sellers, once you sign a contract that's turnkey, if it's truly turnkey without any other, it's just furnished or we're just selling partial furniture, however you negotiate that, you have to leave what's supposed to be there. And I know sometimes it's hard, they forget, but just remember, if you're selling a home completely turnkey, it has to stay turnkey. If you're selling it just furnished, well, you can take your forks, spoons, knives, and sheets, but the rest of everything has to stay. Follow the contract. Item I want to talk about are furniture packages for sale outside of the purchase price of the home. My opinion of that is sell the home, negotiate the price of the home, go under contract, and then deal with the furniture once your home is under contract. You don't want to put anyone in an adversarial position, and they might not buy your home because you start to negotiate a lazy boy. And I have seen it. It has happened. So I would urge buyers and sellers, if the seller wants to sell a furniture package or the buyer is interested in buying your furniture, everybody put together a list what they want, or a list of what's for sale. Put a fair and reasonable price on it, because it is easier for you to keep it than to have to move it. And of course, it's easier for both parties. It's easier for the buyer to walk into the home if they want it that way. But it can be difficult when you start to negotiate pieces of furniture, and I want this piece and I don't want that piece. And we sell real estate. And if there are any realtors out there watching this, I know you're not in your head. We sell real estate, we don't sell furniture. But sometimes you put us in the position to sell furniture, and we try to do our best for you. But sometimes it just causes a problem. So if you want to sell your furniture, either when you list it, put everything that's for sale and a price on it, and that's the end of it. And just no negotiating. Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay, last, I'm going to come to a conclusion. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Turnkey, Good or Garbage. Don't forget to subscribe to my email newsletter list. The link is below, because I will show you one of the homes in my Good, the Not So Bad, and the Ugly episode this week, which I'm going to film here in a couple minutes. And also, check above, if you would help me out and subscribe to my travel channel. Here's a video from my Nashville trip called Eat This in Nashville. You can see all the good things that I ate, good places to check out. If you happen to go to Nashville, if you're just like food, you might get a little hungry when you're done. And if you enjoyed any of this content, check that out. This episode might be something of interest to you, so stick around and watch it. Until next time, take care.